Well, good news to share with you guys today. After Durham's report came out and showed that the FBI had all kinds of misconduct, went after a sitting president, framed him for a crime that he did not commit, and basically initiated a coup. Well, the FBI has come out and said it's all okay. We implemented all kinds of new rules and regulations and everything's better. As a quick reminder, I just want to throw this up there because I've got a bombshell I'm going to drop in a moment, but it says the conduct in 2016 and 17 that Durham examined was the reason that our leadership at the FBI already implemented dozens of corrective actions, and they have been in place for some time to prevent things like what happened with Donald J. Trump. Well, the problem is, I don't know. It doesn't really seem legit to me, because this just happened at a pro-lifer's home.
Hi, we're looking for Elise.
I'm sorry, she's not here. Can I ask what this is in regards to?
Yeah, sure. My name's Ashley Roberts and this is Kathleen Brown. We're both with the FBI.
Okay.
We just need to speak with her regarding some information that was sent in to us.
Okay. Well, she doesn't live here.
Oh, okay.
So, she's my daughter, but this isn't her residence currently.
Okay. Do you mind giving us her residence or her phone number by chance?
Yeah, hold on just a second.
Sure. She's not in any trouble. We just have information that we need to ask her about.
Okay. Here. Do you mind if I take a picture of your badges?
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to have anyone take our pictures.
Can I see it again, please?
Sure.
Kind of freaky, right? I thought the FBI was done with harassing those people in political opposition because, hey, as far as I know, there's no crime against being a pro-lifer, yet here they are. And by the way, if you don't know who Elise is, basically she runs a group, and this particular group is very anti-abortion, and they got known for the fact that they discovered 5 aborted babies in Washington, D.C. They're just disturbing stuff, and they brought some light to that. Well, apparently the FBI comes to your door and knocks on it for something like that, but don't worry. The FBI implemented all kinds of new things to make sure that didn't happen. The funny thing is, it even happened not that long ago. It's almost as if they're lying. Yeah, they're definitely lying. Just as a quick reminder here, take a look at this Washington Times article here, and it's pro-life activists arrested during FBI raid at Pennsylvania home. By the way, this happened during the end of last year when these so-called new regulations were in place with the FBI. Well, dang. And by the way, they raided his house in front of his multiple children. Just some sick, disturbing stuff for a crime that he was already not found guilty of. Now, as a quick reminder before I move on, I just want to encourage you to check out my sponsor at preparewithlisa.com. You guys got to get on there, get their 3-month food supply kit. Right now, they've got an amazing offer on that, and you get all this free stuff with it. And here's what comes along with it. Instafire Vesta 2,400 calorie bars. We also have the flashlight, the Instant Fire waterproof matches, all coming along with this particular package. So check it out. Get survival preparedness for your entire family. Get that 3-month emergency food supply kit. It's already kind of pushing on time, or even check out their 2-week emergency food supply kit as well. But get to preparewithlisa.com. You want more info, click that more button or click in the description box below. But speaking of the horrible, tyrannical FBI and DOJ, which needs to be disbanded and defunded or completely revamped, and if we don't do it, we are in a crap ton of trouble. The fact that the FBI can blatantly throw this crap up on their website and rub it in our face. They're just putting this in our face. The fact that they're doing that in our face and saying, we're just going to lie to you, no ifs, and or buts, no questions, bam! They're just lying. How is an organization even allowed to be an organization when they can't even tell you the truth? Not at all. Speaking of some more corruption that they were involved in, this came up this morning, and I just think you guys should know, right? And this is on Fox News. Air Force vet identified as a Zodiac killer suspect, but FBI did not act on DNA proof. Group claims. Wait, why would they withhold that information for a very, very long time, for years? And suddenly, we know that they had that information all along. It seems like this corruption at the FBI is very, very deep. You see, right now, our congressional leaders are holding a weaponized subcommittee, and they're holding their first hearing where they're asking these whistleblowers from the FBI, they're former FBI agents and FBI agents who are coming forward and whistleblowing, and I believe he has about 14 of these in total. Now, the Democrats are already coming out and calling all of these people who are coming forward whistleblowers who put their entire career, jobs, and lives on the line. They're calling them conspiracy theorists. I'm not even joking. Take a look here. This is on Vanity Fair. Report, Jim Jordan's weaponization witnesses are conspiracy theorists with no knowledge of government wrongdoing. Completely false. There is so much evidence, documented evidence of government wrongdoing. It's sick. Now, why would the Democrats support this? Good question. And the answer is because the FBI and the DOJ have become the Democrats' own Stasi. Why would they get rid of something that does all their dirty work for them? So they are on a rampage. They don't have any evidence to back up their claim. They're just saying Jim Jordan and the GOP, these MAGA types, are extreme. They're literally calling, if you support Donald Trump, you're an extremist, a radical right-wing white supremacist extremist just because you support Donald J. Trump. Where did they get that from? They have no basis. And on top of that, right, they're calling us conspiracy theorists, and they're calling the fact that FBI agents are coming forward, they're calling the actual former FBI agents conspiracy theorists. Apparently, they want to keep their Stasi force intact. If we don't act now, if we don't act soon, we're gone. We're done. I mean, the Democrats have lots of Stasis. The Republicans got none. We can't sit back and be stabbed in the back and let these organizations thrive when they're politically biased and then lie about their political bias straight to your face, right? Speaking of, let's go into some of what this weaponized committee has brought to the forefront, right? While the Democrats are screaming, conspiracy theorists. Here it is. The Epoch Times, enveloped in politicization, FBI whistleblowers reveal serious abuse. House report finds. House Judiciary Republicans on May 18th unveiled a whistleblower report showing serious abuse and misallocations of resources by the FBI. A whistleblower told Republican investigators that the FBI has become cancerous. They had let itself become enveloped in politicization and weaponization, echoing earlier whistleblower testimony that they had become rotted to its core. It's a rot. It's a rot inside of our country. The report also reveals the ways that the FBI sought to infiltrate domestic terrorism figures, particularly in regards to J6. According to the report, the FBI Washington field office pressured its Boston office to investigate 140 in connection to J6. Here's the kicker. Only 2 of the 140 people entered the Capitol. Whoa, wait, yeah. 2 out of 140 entered the Capitol, yet they're going to investigate and critique 140? That doesn't smell right. They're just walking around the Capitol. Why are you going to go after so many? Here's some more here, right? It also goes on that they found FBI leadership pressured agents to reclassify cases as DVEs and even manufactured DVE cases where they may not even exist. And I've covered all of this in extensive detail over on Restricted Republic and even here on YouTube, by the way. This may have been a reference to FBI's alleged role in 2021 plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. At least 12 FBI agents were accused of having participated in, planned, and encouraged the plot. Hey, look the other way on that. The goal of these efforts, the report said, is to create the perception that DVE is organically rising around the country. Again, I've reported on that. I reported about how many people were federal agents, suspected of federal agents in Governor Whitmer's kidnapping case. I've talked about J6 and how it's completely political. I've talked about how our FBI is expanding their domestic violent extremist numbers and like giving attaboys to FBI agents, just label it a DVE, a white supremacist, and we'll give you a big pat on the back. And he is just pointing this out even more with multiple whistleblowers. Here's some other stuff. Other whistleblowers allege claims that the FBI created threat tags. I've talked about that, to target pro-life individuals. And you saw that just a moment ago. They're still doing that, as you saw in that freak video that where the FBI, was knocking on the door of a pro-lifer. Then we also have this. Still, other whistleblowers claim, backed by leaked documents, reveal that the FBI has also targeted so-called radical traditional Catholics, accusing them of being a harbor for white supremacists. Yeah, I showed the actual report and documents on that. Hopefully you guys saw that. And of course, as a reminder, in 2021, a required public audit found that the FBI had abused the FISA to carry out more than 3.3 million illegal inquiries. 3.3 million. Means they were looking into you, no questions asked. I'm sure I'm one of those 3.3 million names because, hey, I exposed what the FBI is doing. They don't like that. And so, again, at this weaponized committee hearing, we have Democrats like Wasserman Schultz coming out there. It's a conspiracy theory. Those aren't whistleblowers. They're whistleblowers. They're former FBI agents. Well, just checking. Literally. It's a conspiracy theorist. You're making this up. It's overblown. Republicans are pouncing, as Dan Bongino would say. They do. That's it. That's all they got. They don't have evidence. They're screaming, we don't have evidence. The whistleblower is evidence, and it's backed by documents. Oh, but never mind the fact that the FBI is refusing to give us documents. We have subpoenaed for stuff. Our Republicans have, and there's nothing that has been sent tangible. So why aren't these FBI agents being criminally arrested? Good question. Here's the other thing. The people that are coming forward are former FBI agents, and they're being harassed by the FBI. Here's that same report on Epic Times. The report revealed that each of the whistleblowers who came forward described retaliatory conduct that they have faced after making protected disclosures. And there's a whole bunch of them here where his family was harassed, basically rendering them homeless. They were suspended, not allowed to take employment, all kinds of things, revoked of their security clearances. These are the kinds of things that these witnesses are going through. And the Democrats want to just pretend it's not happening. Somebody has to ask, what's going on? For a Democrat not to even care that is what is being discovered, and it is being weaponized, the FBI is being weaponized. But again, the answer is the Democrats have their own personal Stasi. That's it. The FBI is a domestic terrorist organization for the Democrats. That's why they want to keep it going. And it's downright terrifying that they're backing this kind of stuff. Anyhow, I wanted to bring you all of that because a lot is on the forefront with all of that right now. And I think this is top of our list importance. Again, I've recommended a lot of things. One of the things that you can do, by the way, is Marjorie Greene. And I'm going to throw this up there. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is asking for citizen co-sponsors to join the impeachment team to help drain the swamp. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel on the community tab, so if you go, just so you guys know where that's at, in case you don't, you go to community right there, that tab, and in there, I include a link in which you can click the link, and this is how you can help join the corruption and all of that. So this is at least a step in the right direction, honestly. As long as we have Biden in charge and, Democrats ruling things, I don't think the impeachment is going to get anywhere, right? She wants to impeach Christopher Wray there of the FBI. But we can have hope. We can try at least. But if we don't start making big changes, it's going to get worse. Because it's already out in the open. I've said this lots of times. It's already being done in your face. And they're just laughing at us now. And they know they have a Stasi at the DOJ, at the FBI, now even the IRS, right? They've got all this kind of Stasi doing their bidding. And if they have this Stasi, and if they're labeling the Lisa Havens of the world, the Dan Bonginos of the world as extremist radicals, which they are, for just supporting Donald Trump and half the country, who's to say that they won't start rounding up, putting us in institutions, labeling us with some kinds of schizophrenia like they did in the old Soviet Union? I really feel like that's the direction we're headed in. And that's how bad the Democrat lingo has gotten. And that's why they don't care if their Stasi stays in place. And they're going to do everything in their power to allow it. What we have to do is start waking up the Democrats who don't really know what's going on and say, look, this is what your party is doing. Are you okay with that? I mean, we do. That's one thing. The other thing we can do is we have to start working at our local levels. Our local levels, they're still workable, right? We need to work at the local level and say, we're not allowing the FBI in our state. We need to put that legislation through. We need to encourage our legislators at our local level. And we need to get Donald J. Trump in there. So far, he's one of the only, I think him and one other, I haven't heard Ron DeSantis say it yet. And I'm going all Trump, right? But he promises to clean house. And we need to get people in there who are going to do just that. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. Hang in there. I love you all. We're going through hard times, but the good news is we're all in this together. Get to restrictedrepublic.com because that's really a network where we talk and communicate with each other. And that's the beauty of it as well. But anyhow, I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.